Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back. What if the loose change in your pocket was worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollar coins to uncover their history. Iconic design, hidden varieties, and incredible values. We'll take a closer look at the 1990D, 1991D, and 1992D Washington quarters, along with other rare P and D mint mark coins that every collector and investor should know about. Some of these ordinary-looking quarters, even in worn or dirty condition, may have rare errors, unique color variations, or valuable minting features that make them worth far more than their face value. Before you spend that old quarter, watch until the end. You might be holding a hidden treasure without even realizing it. Let's get started with our top 3 valuable Washington quarter dollar coins. Number 1. The 1990D Washington Quarter. The coin that made millions dream of hidden treasure. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old, dirty Washington quarter, and suddenly discovering that what appeared to be ordinary pocket change could actually hold an extraordinary story stretching back decades into American history. For millions of Americans, the Washington Quarter has always been one of the most familiar coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Yet among collectors and treasure hunters, certain quarters have become legendary, inspiring countless searches through jars, piggy banks, and forgotten collections. The story of the Washington Quarter began during one of the most difficult periods in American history. In 1932, the United States government decided to honor the 200th anniversary of President George Washington's birth by introducing a new quarter-dollar design featuring his portrait. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the Washington Quarter quickly became one of America's most recognizable coins, surviving economic depressions, world wars, and dramatic changes in American society. Fast forward to the year 1990. The United States Mint was producing hundreds of millions of Washington quarters every year to satisfy the demands of commerce across the nation. At the Denver Mint facility, identified by the small D mint mark found on the coin, workers produced an astonishing 927 million Washington quarters. Most of these coins entered circulation immediately and became part of everyday American life, passing through cash registers, vending machines, and countless pockets. At first glance, the 1990D Washington Quarter appears ordinary. It features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front and the iconic eagle design on the reverse, a design that had represented American strength and tradition for generations. Unlike the Washington quarters produced before 1965, however, the 1990D quarter was not made of silver. Instead, it was produced using a copper core surrounded by layers of copper nickel alloy, creating the familiar silver-colored appearance seen on modern American quarters. This fact has created one of the greatest myths in modern coin collecting. Many people believe that every old-looking quarter with a silver appearance must contain precious metal and could therefore be worth a fortune. The reality is more complicated and far more fascinating. While the standard 1990D Washington Quarter contains no silver, collectors have discovered that certain rare manufacturing errors can transform an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary collectible. The production of coins involves immense pressure and remarkable precision. Every day, powerful presses strike thousands of coins each hour. Occasionally, despite rigorous quality control measures, unusual mistakes occur. These mistakes, known as mint errors, have become some of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. One of the most dramatic errors associated with modern Washington quarters involves missing clad layers. In these rare cases, one of the outer metallic layers fails to bond properly with the copper core during production. The resulting coin may display a copper-colored surface rather than the expected silver appearance. To an untrained observer, such a coin might look damaged or unusual. To an experienced collector, however, it could represent a remarkable minting error worthy of professional examination. Other rare errors include off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, and the exceptionally rare wrong planche errors. These fascinating mistakes occur when coins are struck under unusual circumstances, creating pieces that differ dramatically from standard production. Because these errors escaped the careful inspection processes of the United States Mint, they have become highly prized by specialists who appreciate both their rarity and their historical significance. Stories of valuable error coins have inspired treasure hunters worldwide. Every year, collectors search through thousands of rolls of quarters hoping to discover the next extraordinary find. The excitement lies not merely in financial value but in the possibility of uncovering a genuine piece of American minting history hidden in plain sight. The question everyone asks is simple. What is a 1990 Washington quarter worth today? The answer depends entirely on the specific coin. An ordinary circulated example remains worth its face value of 25 cents. Uncirculated examples preserved in exceptional condition may command modest premiums among collectors. Only extraordinarily rare mint errors or superb certified examples can achieve significantly higher values. The highest prices realized for modern Washington quarters have generally involved either exceptional preservation grades or dramatic minting errors. Such coins are exceptionally rare and often require professional authentication and certification by respected grading organizations. These organizations carefully examine every aspect of a coin, including its authenticity, condition, and any unusual characteristics. Despite the countless stories circulating online about ordinary quarters worth millions of dollars, experienced numismatists emphasize the importance of evidence, authentication, and historical documentation. Extraordinary values require extraordinary rarity. A coin's true worth is determined not by rumors or speculation, but by actual collector demand, rarity, condition, and verified auction results. Yet perhaps the greatest value of the 1990 Washington quarter lies not in its monetary potential but in the story it represents. Each coin serves as a miniature historical artifact, carrying with it the legacy of George Washington, the history of the United States Mint, and the enduring fascination that humans have always held for hidden treasures. Somewhere, in a forgotten drawer, an old coin jar, or a dusty collection inherited from a relative, there may still exist undiscovered examples of rare mint errors waiting to be found. This possibility continues to inspire collectors and dreamers alike. Every Washington quarter tells a story, but a select few tell stories so extraordinary that they become legends. So before spending that old 1990 Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it carefully. Look at its color, its weight, its details, and its overall appearance. While the odds of finding a life-changing rarity are extraordinarily small, the thrill of the search remains one of the greatest adventures in coin collecting. The 1990 Washington quarter may not make every owner a millionaire overnight, but its history, its mysteries, and the dreams it inspires continue to make it one of the most fascinating coins ever carried in the pockets of ordinary Americans. Next up, the 1991 Washington quarter. The hidden treasure that still captivates millions. What if the ordinary quarter sitting unnoticed in your pocket today carried with it a story of history, mystery, and the dream of discovering hidden treasure? Across the United States and around the world, millions of people have searched through old jars, dusty drawers, and forgotten collections hoping to uncover a coin capable of changing their lives forever. Among these coins, the 1991 Washington quarter continues to inspire curiosity, excitement, and endless speculation among collectors and treasure hunters alike. The story begins with one of America's most important historical figures, President George Washington. In 1932, to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, the United States government introduced the Washington quarter, a coin that would become one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency ever created. The elegant portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, soon became familiar to every American citizen and remained largely unchanged for generations. Nearly 60 years later, in 1991, the United States Mint continued producing Washington quarters in enormous quantities to satisfy the nation's economic demands. At the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark appearing on the obverse of the coin, workers manufactured hundreds of millions of Washington quarters using advanced minting technology and strict quality standards. Few could have imagined that some of these ordinary-looking coins would later become the focus of intense interest among collectors. The 1991 Washington quarter was not manufactured from silver. Unlike quarters produced before 1965, which contained 90% silver, the 1991 quarter utilized a copper core layered with copper-nickel alloy. This modern composition gave the coin its familiar silver appearance while allowing the United States Mint to produce coins economically for circulation throughout the country. At first glance, every 1991 D Washington quarter appears almost identical. George Washington's dignified portrait dominates the front of the coin, while the reverse displays the majestic eagle, symbolizing strength, freedom, and national pride. Yet experienced collectors understand that hidden within massive production runs, extraordinary rarities occasionally emerge, transforming ordinary coins into remarkable historical artifacts. The process of manufacturing coins is one of precision, speed, and engineering excellence. Massive presses strike thousands of coins every hour with incredible force. Despite sophisticated technology and rigorous quality control procedures, rare mistakes sometimes occur. These mistakes, known as mint errors, have fascinated collectors for generations because they represent unique moments when the manufacturing process produced something entirely unexpected. Among the most sought-after errors discovered on modern Washington quarters are off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, missing clad layers, and wrong planchet errors. Such mistakes occur infrequently, making them highly desirable to collectors who appreciate both rarity and historical significance. A dramatic mint error transforms a simple 25-cent coin into a remarkable collectible with a story unlike any other. One particularly fascinating category of errors involves missing clad layers. In these rare instances, one of the outer metallic layers fails during production, exposing the underlying copper core and creating a dramatically different appearance. To most people, the coin may appear damaged or unusual. To an experienced numismatist, however, it may represent an important and valuable minting anomaly deserving careful examination and professional certification. Stories about rare coins achieving extraordinary prices have fueled public fascination for decades. Tales of forgotten coins discovered in family collections and later sold for substantial sums continue to inspire treasure hunters worldwide. While most circulating coins remain worth their face value, the possibility of discovering a genuine rarity remains one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. The actual market value of a 1991 D Washington quarter depends entirely upon its condition, rarity, and authenticity. A typical circulated example remains worth 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples can command premiums among collectors, particularly those exhibiting exceptional strike quality, luster, and preservation. Certified examples receiving the highest grades from professional grading services can achieve significantly higher values due to their scarcity. The greatest values associated with modern Washington quarters are generally reserved for coins possessing extraordinary characteristics, exceptional mint errors, unique production anomalies, and ultra-high-grade specimens occasionally attract substantial attention within the numismatic marketplace. Such examples are rare precisely because so few survive in remarkable condition or possess truly unusual features. Despite sensational claims circulating throughout the internet and social media, experienced coin experts emphasize that verified rarity, professional authentication, and documented collector demand ultimately determine a coin's value. Extraordinary financial returns require extraordinary circumstances. The dream of discovering a fortune inside an ordinary pocket coin persists because, on rare occasions throughout history, extraordinary discoveries have indeed occurred. Beyond monetary considerations, the 1991 D Washington quarter possesses undeniable historical significance. Every coin serves as a miniature historical document, reflecting the economic, technological, and cultural conditions of the era in which it was produced. Each example passed through countless hands, participated in everyday commerce, and silently witnessed moments of ordinary American life. Collectors often describe coin hunting as a treasure hunt hidden within everyday existence. Unlike many forms of collecting, coin collecting offers the thrilling possibility that valuable discoveries remain hidden in circulation, waiting to be recognized by observant individuals. This sense of mystery and possibility continues attracting new generations of enthusiasts every year. Today, millions of people continue examining their pocket change, searching through inherited collections, and exploring forgotten coin jars with hopes of discovering something extraordinary. The 1991 D Washington Quarter remains part of this ongoing adventure. While the overwhelming majority of examples remain ordinary circulating coins, the excitement surrounding rare varieties and mint errors ensures that the search continues. If you possess a 1991 D Washington Quarter, examine it carefully. Observe its color, weight, strike quality, and overall condition. Search for unusual characteristics, striking errors, or anything that differs from a standard example. Although finding an extremely valuable specimen remains unlikely, the possibility of uncovering a fascinating piece of American numismatic history continues to inspire collectors. Worldwide, the 1991 D Washington Quarter may not transform every collector into a millionaire overnight. Yet its historical significance, enduring popularity, and association with the timeless dream of hidden treasure ensure that it will remain one of America's most intriguing and widely collected coins for generations to come. Next up, the 1992 D Washington Quarter. The ordinary coin that inspired extraordinary dreams. Imagine opening an old wooden drawer in your home, discovering a forgotten handful of coins covered in dust, dirt, and decades of history. Among those ordinary-looking pieces of American currency sits a 1992 D Washington Quarter, a coin that millions of people have handled without ever realizing the fascinating story hidden behind its familiar appearance. For generations of collectors, treasure hunters, and dreamers, the possibility that an ordinary coin might conceal an extraordinary secret has remained one of the greatest adventures in the world of numismatics. The story of the Washington Quarter itself began long before 1992. In 1932, the United States government introduced a new quarter-dollar coin to honor the bicentennial anniversary of the birth of America's first president, George Washington. The portrait chosen for the coin, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, quickly became one of the most recognizable images in American history. Through economic crises, world wars, technological revolutions, and cultural transformations, the Washington Quarter remained a constant presence in the pockets and purses of millions of Americans. By the early 1990s, the United States Mint had become one of the most sophisticated coin-producing institutions in the world. Massive presses operated continuously to satisfy the enormous demand for circulating coinage throughout the country. In 1992, the Denver Mint, identified by the famous D Mint mark located on the obverse of the coin, produced hundreds of millions of Washington quarters destined for circulation in every corner of the United States. At first glance, the 1992 D Washington Quarter appears completely ordinary. The familiar portrait of George Washington dominates the front of the coin, while the reverse proudly displays the heraldic eagle, a symbol of American strength, independence, and national identity. Yet beneath this ordinary appearance lies a history that continues to fascinate collectors and inspire treasure hunters around the world. One of the greatest misconceptions surrounding modern American coinage involves the belief that all older silver-colored coins contain actual silver. In reality, the standard 1992 D Washington Quarter was not struck using silver. Unlike Washington quarters produced before 1965, which contained 90% silver, the 1992 D Quarter utilized a layered copper-nickel composition designed for durability and economic efficiency. Although the coin possesses a silver appearance, its intrinsic metal value remains modest. However, coin collecting has never been solely about precious metal content. Throughout history, some of the world's most valuable coins have derived their extraordinary worth not from the metal they contain, but from their rarity, historical significance, unusual production characteristics, and remarkable stories. This truth explains why collectors continue examining ordinary-looking coins with extraordinary enthusiasm. The manufacturing process employed by the United States Mint involves tremendous pressure, extraordinary precision, and sophisticated engineering. Every day, minting presses strike thousands of coins each hour. Despite remarkable technological advances, rare and fascinating mistakes occasionally occur. These mistakes, known as mint errors, transform ordinary circulating coins into unique historical artifacts worthy of serious attention. Among the most intriguing mint errors discovered on modern Washington quarters are off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, missing clad layers, and wrong planchet errors. Such errors occur only rarely, making them highly desirable among collectors who specialize in unusual and historically significant pieces of American coinage. Perhaps the most dramatic examples involve missing clad layer errors. During the manufacturing process, the outer metallic layers occasionally fail to bond properly with the copper core. The resulting coin may display unusual coloration, reduced weight, or distinctive visual characteristics that immediately distinguish it from ordinary examples. To an inexperienced observer, such a coin may appear damaged or defective. To an experienced numismatist, however, it may represent an important and valuable discovery. The dream of discovering a valuable coin hidden among ordinary pocket change has captivated people for generations. Stories circulate about individuals who discovered rare coins inside inherited collections. Old piggy banks, forgotten drawers, and rolls obtained from local banks. While most circulating coins remain common, these stories continue inspiring countless collectors to search for the next extraordinary discovery. The actual value of a 1992 Washington quarter depends entirely upon its condition, rarity, and any unusual characteristics it may possess. Most examples encountered in circulation remain worth their face value of 25 cents. Coins preserved in exceptional uncirculated condition, however, may command premiums among collectors who seek superior examples for their collections. Professional grading services play an essential role in determining the true value of collectible coins. Expert numismatists carefully evaluate every aspect of a coin's condition, including strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal. Coins receiving the highest grades become increasingly scarce and, consequently, more desirable among serious collectors. Although sensational stories sometimes claim that ordinary Washington quarters have sold for millions of dollars, experienced coin specialists emphasize that extraordinary prices require extraordinary rarity. Documented auction records, professional authentication, collector demand, and historical significance ultimately determine a coin's market value. Without these factors, even old and unusual-looking coins may possess only modest monetary value. Yet perhaps the greatest value of the 1992 Washington quarter cannot be measured solely in dollars. Each coin represents a tangible connection to American history, economics, culture, and everyday life. Every example passed through countless hands, participated in ordinary transactions, and silently witnessed moments of personal and national history. The enduring appeal of coin collecting lies in its unique combination of history, mystery, education, and discovery. Unlike many other hobbies, coin collecting offers the thrilling possibility that valuable treasures may still remain hidden within everyday objects. This possibility transforms even the simplest pocket change into an opportunity for exploration and excitement. Today, collectors throughout the world continue searching through coin jars, inherited collections, and pocket change in hopes of discovering something extraordinary. The 1992 Washington quarter remains part of this ongoing adventure. While the vast majority of examples remain ordinary circulation coins, the excitement surrounding rare errors and exceptional specimens ensures that the search continues. If you own a 1992 Washington quarter, examine it carefully. Observe its details, color, strike quality, and overall condition. Search for unusual characteristics that might distinguish it from ordinary examples. Although the probability of discovering an extremely valuable specimen remains small, the excitement of the search itself continues to inspire generations of collectors and treasure hunters. The 1992 Washington quarter may not instantly transform its owner into a millionaire overnight. Nevertheless, its historical importance, its enduring popularity, and the timeless dream of hidden treasure ensure that this remarkable coin will continue fascinating collectors for generations to come. See you in the next video.